If I focused on these four things from the very start, I would have become profitable a whole lot sooner. So number one is tracking your trades and having such a detailed journal. In my opinion, a mentor and a really good journal are the best teachers. Nothing beats it. In fact, if you really have a good journal, it's probably almost better than a mentor in some cases. If you're really good at reading it and understanding it and you know what you're tracking, once you've got a bit of experience on what to track, it is the best teacher you can have. If you have links to all your trades and everything that you've ever done, you can literally find out at any time what works and what doesn't. You can find out, for example, the max risk reward that you like to use, how tight stops should be above and below zones, max win streak, max loss streak, what if you exit early, what if you leave the trade alone. All these sort of results, you can build up columns and track every single kind of result, and you can see which one is the most profitable. If you can't do that, then there's a video that I've made about journaling, and I've got a template. I'll put a template in the description. But if you can't simply do that, then you need to redesign your journal, because it's going to make such a difference having a journal that, you can read that clearly and understand anything at any moment in the future. In my opinion, that is where the money is made, not in the 3 seconds it takes you to hit buy or sell on the trade. It's in the journaling, it's in the experience, it's in understanding what you're good at and what you're not good at, because there's certain rules that I can put, in a video that work for me, and you try and replicate it. And for some reason, it might not work for you. You might just view charts differently. So in which case, you then need to look at other strategies which tend to work better for you, or other zones, other timeframes, etc., etc. Okay, before we crack on, I've got a Telegram. The link's in the top of the description, and I just share all the trades I'm taking, all my ideas, everything going on in the trading world, news events to watch out for every week, pretty much every day. There's a little bit of free content in there for you. So if you're interested in that and you want to follow along, and you're not too sure where you are on your trading journey and you think it could be of help, just subscribe to the Telegram below. Okay, number 2 is to keep it more simple than you think. Okay, keep it super simple. I've come up with a phrase recently where the more you give yourself to do, the more you have to mess up. All people that I know that trade profitably have this in common. They're not doing so much. They have a few simple rules that they stick to, and when they have losing streaks, which are inevitable, they don't change what they're doing. Okay, they understand from their journal, from their history, from their experience, that losing streaks happen. Okay, and you're trying to be profitable over the hundreds and thousands of trades, not over 2 or 3. Okay, because every trade that you take, that individual outcome really is random. It really is like gambling. But if you've got your slight edge, then the probability is slightly higher, and over many trades, that's where you're going to see your edge play out. And the rules can be different from trader to trader. We can both be profitable and we can trade completely different ways. But the thing that's in common is that they stick to their rules no matter what's happening. They just repeat. I would say the reason someone is profitable, myself included, is about 35% of it is because of the trading rules. The rest is the mindset, the approach, how you repeat it, how it's consistent, how you avoid news events if that's in your rules, or play to news events, whatever. It's how you, regardless of what's happening, you just stick to your game plan. If I do one day decide to make a change and do something different, then that should already be in my rules, or it should be something which I'm going to change forever going forwards, not just a one-off because I see price going against me. I'm like, oh, it looks like it's going to lose, I'm going to exit. That's not a good enough reason. And this links back to number 1 in the journal. When I've done it loads of times in the past and I read back to it, I just know and I can see that that's not profitable. Okay, it's just me being impulsive and making decision. Again, the more decisions you have to make, the more you have to mess up. Lastly, before we go on to number 3, just remember that nobody knows where the market's going to go. Nobody. You might think it's going to go out here, bounce here, hit your stop loss there. You don't know. You have no idea. So you're better off just sticking to your rules and letting it play out. Number 3 is to accept the risk. Kiss goodbye to the money. Forget about the money. It frees you up, your mentality. You trade so much better doing that. You follow your rules better, your journal better. You're not looking for this hopeful outcome. You're just being very neutral, and whatever happens will happen because you don't care if you win or lose. Okay, that's the mindset that you want. In fact, you could go one step further and almost expect to lose. You could almost place every trade thinking this is going to lose, because anything from there is a bonus. If you don't lose, if you break even, if you win, it's all a bonus. And what this does is I can't tell you how freeing it is when you trade like this. You see your rules set up, you see your playout set up, and you take it. And if it doesn't set up and it doesn't look good, you don't care because you were going to lose anyway. Okay, you're going to lose money anyway. So if you miss a trade, who cares? You actually saved money by missing a trade. And like we said in the past, every trade is random. You do not know if you're going to be right over the next trade, the next 2 trades, the next 3 trades, the next 10. You don't know. But if you've got a slight edge and you've proven that from your journal, step 1, then you can see that over 50, 100, 200, 1,000 trades, you are profitable. And that's the game plan. That's a realistic goal. The goal is not to keep getting like a 10 trade win streak and 10x your account. It's just unrealistic. I've never seen anyone do it. And last, number 4, which is a bit of a bonus thing really, and it's a bit more specific to me and it might well help you, but it might not be for everyone, is leaving the trades alone. Some people have slightly different results to this. For example, those which are much more experienced and base a lot of their trading off intuition. But for me, I noticed it was the last change that I ever made that, it was clear and obvious from my journal that if I use a one-to-one risk to reward and I leave my trades alone and I just let them either hit the stop or they take profit, I just leave them. I don't exit early at, halfway to the stop. I'm profitable. My journal proved it to me. So all I had to do was make that change, and literally that week was profitable. The next week was profitable. The next week was break even. And over the next 8 to 10 weeks, I think I had about 7 out of 10 profitable weeks. Now, I can't say that this will be the same for you. You need to go back through your journal and you need to be able to see this. And again, if you can't see this from your journal, if you can't just go back through all your trades and see which risk to reward is profitable, what happens if I exit early, if I leave the trade alone, if you don't have columns for these sorts of results and you're not profitable, then that's part of the reason why. It's not to do with your trading. It's probably not to do with that. It's probably to do with your journaling and how you can use your journal to literally give you the results. Which column has got the most greens in? You have all these columns with different results, like leave trade alone, exit early, 1-to-1 risk to reward, 1-to-1.5, and you just start scaling them in. Okay. And you don't look at results after 5 trades. You probably want at least 30 to 50 trades to do this with. So if you can't do this on your journal, I can't emphasize enough how much you need to do that. So I hope you found this video useful. Quite a short one today, but I'm just going through 4 super important things, which, I think if I did earlier and I got on board with earlier and someone set me up with this at the beginning, that I would have been profitable even sooner. And that in mind, it still did just take me about a year to become profitable. And I'm still quite impressed with that. A lot of people can take a year. Some people take 6 months. Some people take 2-3 years, okay, to finally hit that goal. But I think this will fast track your progress even more. So cheers. See you next time.